Mr. King, welcome back to Australia.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Both our countries, the US and Australia, are being really tested on social cohesion right now. So much of your life was shaped by an act of political violence. What have you learned about the way out of grief and division that we're seeing in both our countries right now?
From my perspective, it's about what is it that's good, just, and right that benefits everybody, not just one group of people, one segment of society. We do have the capacity as human beings. I think humankind is God's highest creation. Yet when we want to resolve conflict, we revert to lower animal mechanisms to resolve conflict, and that's not going to get us where we want to go.
What place does faith and a faith lens have in resolving some of these culture wars?
My dad, for example, believed in the teachings of all faith traditions. You know, many wars throughout history have been over religious beliefs, and perhaps that will continue. But again, how do you bring humanity into that is what the question would be for me.
Do you have an answer to that?
Dad would say we must learn nonviolence or we will face non-existence. And some of the pathways that are being taken by very, very powerful people in this world today are leading us toward that conclusion that I don't think anybody wants to see. I really do believe that there's got to be a collective of individuals who say, you know, what do we do to sustain life, whether it is China, whether it is, Russia, whether it is the United States, whether it is, Israel's got to be all these nations have to come to the table and not just look out for what is you think in your own interest. But I do know that my dad and his team and others have provided a model, at least for coexistence. And when you respect people you cannot you should not, in my judgment, indict a whole religion. For example, whether it's Islam, whether it's Christianity, whether it's Judaism. It's not the indicting of one religion and saying that's wrong. What you have to find a way is how do you build a bridge so that we coexist and create a better world for all of God's children.
I have a dream.
Your father spoke about his family, his children, in his very famous I Have a Dream speech. What would he say about the state of that dream today?
The dream is not yet in the vicinity of being fulfilled. Progress has been made. It seems at one time the progress was significant. Today it's just incrementally being made. We can, if we choose, reduce poverty. We can, if we choose, eradicate racism. We can, if we choose, to suppress violence.
You're here in Australia to pass on exactly that message, aren't you? You're here in support of an organisation called Career Trackers,
Yes.
which hopes to accelerate careers for
Yes.
First Nations graduates, particularly in institutions and corporations. The US hasn't had a great history with embracing its racial minorities and particularly First Nations people. What are you hoping to impart to young people here who do have that dream, that vision?
There's still opportunity. It's just that this particular administration is attempting to turn the clock back, which is not what I would consider productive. And I think that the United States often provided leadership in the world for what it did. We are providing it seems like a self-serving, self-centered leadership today.
So what can we learn in Australia from that lesson?
I think that we're going through a difficult time of transition, and I feel our transitioning is going in the wrong direction, but I think we see people coming together all throughout the United States to say, no, this is not what we want. My hope always is in young people, and if you open a mind, the opportunities are unlimited. We must keep an open mind. And I think as it relates to, First Nations folks particularly, that has been demonstrated time and time again. It's easy to be negative. It's easy to be, turn inward. But I believe we have to look outward. We have to develop fortitude, resilience, and capacity, and promote that outwardly.
Mr. King, thank you.
Thank you.